It's time to give you all a much needed update on my writing. Welcome back, Book Dragons. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I have some news for you on my writing, and I'm so excited to share it. So we're going to get right to it. You're going to get cover reveals, you're going to get release date announcements, you're going to get all that fun stuff. To start off with, I want to make sure to draw your attention to the original cover reveal video that was done by my good friend T over at An Erudite Adventure. So if you have not seen the original cover reveal video that he did, I want you to pause this video and I want you to go check out that video. It's really important to me to support him. He is one of my beta readers. He was actually my first beta reader for my book, and so I want to make sure that he gets a lot of traction on that video and on his channel. So if you haven't watched it, I would ask that you pause this video, find the link to his channel down below, go check out that video, and then come back and watch this. If you have already seen that video, or you just want to move ahead with my video, that's fine. And I am about to do the cover reveal for The Nomad's Crucible. That is my second fantasy book that I am releasing this year. So are you ready? Here we go. Here is the cover. I'm really happy with the cover, and I'll go ahead and put up a full spread now so that you can see it with the back and the front of the book, and you'll see that the back cover has the blurb on it and everything. It's all ready to go. It has my Eccentric Dragon Press logo on it, so everything is finished on this cover, and I'm very happy. This cover was designed by Kat Fiscoletti over at Kat Fiscoletti Art. She is a really amazing creator, and I'm just so happy I got to work with her, and I hope to work with her on future projects as well. I was impressed enough with her work that I'm going to be continuing to work with her. So big shout out to her. I'll have any links for her in the description below as well so that you can check out some of her other stuff. She does a wide variety of sketch art and digital art and painting and just a whole wide range of possibilities there with her. So if you've never run across her art, I think it's time that you checked it out. So she is an amazing artist, and I'm really happy with what she's done on the cover. As you can tell, I kind of went with a more conceptual cover versus a scenic cover. So, you know, a lot of fantasy novels, especially traditional fantasy novels, went with a scene from the book on the cover, and I just decided to go with something a little bit different on this, with the Nomad's crossed blades on the cover, with his hat around it, and you know, something a little different. And I think it works for what I'm trying to do with this book. I hope you enjoyed the cover reveal. And now, if you have never heard me read the blurb, I did read the blurb on a live stream at one point. T over at An Erudite Adventure did read the blurb as well. So I'm going to go ahead and read the blurb to you here on my channel. That way you get a glimpse into what the story is going to be about, and then we're going to talk about a few other miscellaneous things regarding the book. Okay? So, let me get up the blurb here. And I have to say, my good friend Danielle over at Bookara, she proofread this for me and made some suggestions, and after all of her help, this is the final blurb for the book that will be on the cover. So, here we go. Vastin Tread, infamously known as the Nomad, is the most sought-after and feared assassin on the desolate planet of Sidea. His precision and arcane powers know no equal, and his blades strike fear into all who encounter him. The Nomad never leaves a mark alive. Recruited by a powerful group known as the Regents, Tread sets out to kill the king of the ancient and powerful Vildari. Inevitably, he finds himself embroiled in a turf war between the two factions as they vie for control of the planet's resources. As tensions rise, Tread discovers that a powerful sorcerer controlled by dark forces, is playing the two factions against each other. The sorcerer quickly becomes an enemy intent on undoing the very fabric of power and seizing the remains for himself. In a world where all the players have secrets, treads are only beginning to surface. Plagued by visions and dreams of an unknown past, everything the nomad knows about his vocation, his power, and most importantly himself, is about to be challenged. It is a crucible that will alter the very fabric of who he is. So that is the blurb for my book. And it gives you a little bit of a window into what I've written here. It is a sci-fantasy story, leaning heavily on the fantasy elements, not so much of the science fiction elements, but there are science fiction elements there, kind of a post-apocalyptic world, and he is an assassin with arcane powers. That's the gist of who he is and what this story is going to be about, and it's about him essentially discovering himself as he goes on this task to kill the king. So I'm super excited to get this book out to you guys. I recently finished all the edits from my beta readers. So now I have transferred it via EPUB to my Kindle so that I can read it just as a regular reader would read it. And I'm picking out different things that I want to change and things like that. So it is still a work in progress, but I made huge progress, guys. And I feel very confident that I am going to get this book out to you this year. So I am looking at a completion date of no later than the end of May, which means I can probably start sending out ARCs in June. Maybe July, but I'm shooting for June. That's the goal right now. So, and that can be in the form of e-ARCs or physical ARCs. I'll be making some decisions along those lines at some point. And so if you have a BookTube channel and you're interested in an ARC, just keep that in mind, that is the time frame I'm kind of looking to do that, and you can reach out to me if you'd like, or I'll probably be reaching out to a few people as well that I think would enjoy having an ARC of the book. And then you may be wondering what the release date is, and I am looking at a release of October 1st. So yes, guys, it will be out well before the holidays. So if you're looking to buy a new book for family members for the holidays coming up, you will be able to do it as of October 1st. And I will be looking to do pre-orders starting in August sometime. Probably around August 15th, somewhere in there. That way it gives it a good 45-day window for the pre-orders. I haven't quite solidified what I'm planning to do for pre-orders yet, because this is kind of new to me. With my first book, Talendor's Guest, I was not able to do pre-orders at that time with Amazon. So now they do offer the option for pre-orders, at least on the ebook. Not sure about the physical book. I'm still looking into that, guys, so bear with me. More information will be coming, but look for pre-orders to start sometime in the middle of August. And then there are a couple of optional things that I am looking into. One is doing a hardback, because Amazon now does hardbacks through their service through Kindle Direct Publishing, so I am looking at the possibility of doing a hardback for the Nomad's Crucible. That is not set in stone yet. I'm also looking at hardcover options for Talendor's Guest maybe in the future as well. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments below if you'd like hardbacks for either one of those. I'm not promising anything at this point, but I am looking into it and seeing if it's going to be something that is doable without having the covers redesigned specifically for hardback. So there's a little bit different dimensions and size considerations on that, so I need to be aware of that. I don't want to alter the original artist's work in any way, so if I have to, I may have to get a resizing done by the artist and do hardbacks in the future, but that is something I am considering. I am also considering audiobooks, but that's going to be a ways down the road. I think that the audiobook for Talendor's Guest will probably release far before the audiobook for Nomad's Crucible ever does. But I could be wrong. We shall see. So that about does it for this update. I think I probably answered most of the questions that any of you will have regarding my book, release dates, things like that. So let me know in the comments below if this has been enough for you. If there are questions that you have that I did not answer, put them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them if I can. There may be some things that I don't really have an answer for yet, but I will do my very best to answer that for you. So, what do you think, guys? I would love to get your feedback in the comments below. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has supported me in my writing endeavors, sent me positive encouragement, my beta readers for all the work they did on this book. It is so much appreciated, and I can't wait to share this with you guys. This has been a long time coming. I have been working on this book for years, since probably about 2018, I think, is when I finished the first draft of this book. And I've been working on it slowly ever since. I took about a year break before I went back and started tooling on it again. And so it's been a long process, and I'm just so excited to finally have it ready to go. But yeah, you can tell I'm a George R. R. Martin type. I write at my own pace and work to create a book that will release in the best form I can give you, but it may be a few years. I'm not one of those authors that just cranks out a book once per year. But the good news is, for you guys, this is a standalone. You don't have to worry about waiting for the next book in the series. It's a standalone book that just happens to be part of a larger world, but you can enjoy this by itself. And I hope you do. So, let me know in the comments, give me some feedback, talk with me. I would love to talk with you. And until next time, guys, make sure that you are reading some awesome and great books. I'll talk to you then.